Hi, Stars fans. This is another special episode of the Melbourne Stars podcast. I'm the host, Mighty Melbourne Stars. Here's my co-host.
Yeah, guys, it's Jacob here, Melbourne Stars News, and looking forward to another preview before the season. This time, previewing the Hobart Hurricanes, but I'll hand over to Heath to get us started.
Yeah, no, thanks for that. We obviously hope, like Jacob said, we're doing the Hurricanes as they are very similar to us on a similar journey. How do you like like what do you see when you what do you think of when you see the Hurricanes and then compare it to the Stars?
Yeah, it's a good question because they are quite similar to us in terms of standings. They finished fifth last year, which was close to us at sixth. What I think of them, I don't know. I feel like they've been somewhat consistent at times, but quite similar to us. They have really good patches and they have really bad patches. So there'll be times where they are playing really well, and then there'll be other times where it's just the complete opposite. So yeah, I think they do relate to us, like you said. But yeah, I don't think too much of the Hurricanes, but yeah, that's my overall thoughts on them.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, they were fifth and made the finals. And who were some of the key players that you found like that we have trouble stopping or need to stop because once they get going, they can cause us havoc.
Yeah, I think there's actually a few players on the Hurricanes list that can cause havoc. Some of the key bowlers, I mean, they're two spinners, Peter Hadzoglu and Paddy Dooley. They're obviously very hard to judge. From a batting perspective, I think those guys are big wicket takers for them. They've always been consistent in the big bash. I mean, just their form and their style of run up can put a batter off very easily with those swinging arms. So I think it'll be interesting to see how they perform this season and if they'll keep up to their standards. A couple others are obviously Nathan Ellis and Riley Meredith, two of their fast bowlers. Ellis has been really good throughout the year for Australia in T20s and ODIs. And to be fair, he was on fire in BBL 13. I mean, he was dominating us and the whole competition. He was the one who dismissed Maxwell when we played them in our final game of the season, and he's just been playing in tremendous form recently. So I look forward to seeing how he continues. From a batting point of view, I think it's just more their senior guys like Matthew Wade and maybe Ben McDermott, possibly Caleb Jewell. Those guys still have a bit of fuel in the tank. And obviously, you got Tim David, who's coming in at kind of that all-rounder type later in the innings that can get the job done. But they're my players that
You know,
we
that's
need to look out for.
yeah, no, that's completely fantastic. I've got McDermott, Matty Wade, Ellis is really good too. So just those three are my key players to watch out for. So for the latter, where do you see the Hurricanes finishing up this year as they made finals last year?
It's a good question. I don't see them making finals this year. I just think the league's gotten a lot stronger. A lot of clubs have made big signings this off season. So I think with the league getting stronger, I think the Hurricanes will drop because their draft wasn't very strong. They retained Chris Jordan. They also drafted Rashad Hossain and Shai Hope. Now, those players are great, but I think in comparison to some of the other teams, like the Melbourne teams or any other team, I think it's probably a weaker draft for the Hurricanes, those three players. I think they're not as strong as some of the other draft picks for other teams. So I just see them kind of dropping. Matty Wade's getting older. Ben McDermott's been out of form for a while. You never know with Tim David or Caleb Jewell. So I think they're going to drop off a bit. My final prediction is they're going to finish seventh on the ladder.
Yeah, no, that's a good prediction. I honestly think if the Hurricanes can get off to a good start like every team and be consistent, they are not that bad. But I just don't think they have enough. I reckon they'll finish above the Thunder. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I like it. I think, yeah, the Thunder will probably finish last. I mean, we hope. But yeah, I don't think the Hurricanes will be far behind.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we've covered pretty much the similarities between the Stars and the Hurricanes, and we've covered pretty much. Is there anything like on the Hurricanes that you want to address with them, like considering like what they've done? A few.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about maybe how we think we're going to go against them? Because I know the last few times we've played the Hurricanes, we've had some pretty interesting matchups. I mean, if you think back 2 years ago, the Stars set the Big Bash T20 record for the most amount of runs, and Glenn Maxwell also broke the Big Bash record in the same game for the most amount of individual runs. I think that was a pretty special game for the Stars, and our last game of the season in BBL 13 was also a great game. I think we just have a great rivalry with the Hurricanes as we're quite similar teams. So, how do you see us matching up with them this year in BBL 14?
Um, I reckon we'll match up. We we match up with them quite well. Like similar to the Renegades, it's bragging rights between us. Obviously, two teams who haven't been going too well or who have pretty much been dog shit for the past few years and have only started to gain their footing. It's really good. I would think back to when we played them in Hobart. You had that final where we knocked them out. Hanscom was in our side, and we got over the line. The other time was when Andre, the Spice Man, took a couple of catches that were very critical in the win. So those two are my good memories for the Hurricanes, and I just think they've got the wood over us for a bit, but I think we also beat them as well. So I reckon it's even, and we should be winning against the Hurricanes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I think we've had some great matchups with them over the years, but I think our side's just a bit stronger than them at the moment. And yeah, I agree. I see us getting the job done this season.
Is that all for the Hurricanes that you can think of?
Yeah, did you want to touch on the news that has been as of recent?
Yeah, certainly. So the Stars have the the Stars. Well, they haven't exactly revealed it, but they're going to. Sources have said that we have signed Peter Siddle for us. He's going to bring a lot of experience, a good bowler. He's an okay batsman, but he can. We know what he's capable of. His highlights speak for himself. He's called the king of the death for the reason. As you bowl him at the death, takes wickets, and he can take 3 wickets at the death when he can. We've seen that before, and I'm just really excited. Hopefully, he can do that again and cause teams a few headache and problems for us.
Yeah, I love that. And as Heath mentioned, guys, there's been no official confirmation from Stars BBL or the Big Bash League. However, the Herald Sun and a few other news outlets and online reporters have announced this signing. It is most likely true, similar to the Joe Clark situation. The news get it first, and then a couple of days later, the official Stars release a post. So in the next few days, I would be expecting something. So he'd fill our final roster spot, which would add up perfectly, as I think we needed to fill it with another bowler. He'll probably end up taking one of the spots of Mark Steckty or Joel Paris. Both of those guys played for us last season, but they weren't great. So I think whoever's in better form will get a spot, and then the other will be replaced by Peter Siddle. But no, I'm really looking forward to having Siddle on the Stars. I know he's 40 years old now. He's just turned 40. But I still think he's got what it takes, to play in the Big Bash. We've seen older people playing in the BBL before, and his experience will be great for us in leadership, and his bowling depth will really, help us in the crucial overs. So no, I'm pretty pleased with the signing.
Yeah, and I'm going to make a prediction on who Peter Siddle will replace out of Steckity and Paris. So I'm going to go a bit controversial, but Joel Paris, I reckon, will get replaced by Peter Siddle, leaving Steckity in the side as well. So that's my official prediction. What are your thoughts?
I think it'll be close. I think it will really depend on who's in better form. I haven't seen much of the two of them, but there has been some rumours about Joel Paris possibly being added to the Australia squad if he continues playing well, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I've just seen a couple rumours about it. I know Stecty's been in some good form for Queensland. I believe he plays for in the Sheffield Shield games throughout the year. So, look, I'm really not sure, but at the moment, I'd probably agree with you, Heath. I'd go Joel Paris to probably sit out the first few games. Obviously, with Tom Curran now cementing his spot in the lineup throughout the entire season. Paris would probably only play if there was an injury or someone was in bad form. But yeah.
On the stars related content, did you want to touch on Bo Webster getting selected in the test side, and what are your thoughts on how we've been going so far, as our thoughts will be similar to each other's?
Yeah, so I mean, congratulations to Bo Webster on being selected to the test squad. Apart from Boland, that's our only star in the Australian team in the Australian Test team at the moment. I guess it's kind of annoying for us Stars fans because Webster's been in such great form, both batting and bowling, that I was really looking forward to watching him perform this BBL, and that probably rules him out of his chance at captaincy this season because he'll be missing a fair chunk potentially. But no, I mean, I think it's good for Australia because my thoughts on that first test, which you're asking for, was pretty poor. I thought we batted pretty horrible. We just couldn't really seem to find form. Travis Head did all right, along with Mitch Marsh and Alex Carey, but I guess you got to hope for our top order to put on a bit more of a performance to get up some bigger totals. And I think our bowling attack, it wasn't terrible. I mean, in the second innings, we struggled to take wickets. And now, today, there was an announcement that Josh Hazlewood has been ruled out of the second test. He was probably our best bowler throughout the first test, which is a big loss for us. But it's likely that Boland will replace him, which will be good because Boland's always been good under the lights with the pink ball. So I'm looking forward to seeing a star in Adelaide.
Yeah, definitely. And I like to shout the Stars fans as like I'll possibly be going down to the SCG test for Australia and India, so that's a possibility. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, the Aussies don't disappoint, and hopefully, it gets to the Sydney Test, which I reckon it will. And I just want us to bat a lot better than what we have been. Like Marnus and pretty much the top order have been terrible. Besides Head and Stark and pretty much anyone else who's been doing runs. And with the bowling, we just couldn't get key wickets as India tore us to shreds. It was depressing as Australian fans, but hopefully we can bounce back strong.
Yeah, hopefully. I think the culture of the Australian cricket team is really strong. And I mean, we're still very high up in the rankings. And, we've just won the World Test Championship last year. So I think there's no stopping us when we're at our best. I'm sure the boys have been working on some things over the past couple of weeks. And we'll look to take the series ahead and, continue. We've still got 4 matches. So there's plenty of time to turn things around. But nah, I'm still backing our Australians to get the job done.
Did you want to? Did you want to plug the podcast and also tease the fans the final opposition analysis?
Yep. So we've got a couple more analyses to come. We've got through a few, which has been great, and I'm glad you guys have been enjoying it and supporting it. So thank you all for that. We'll be doing a Thunder and Scorchers preview soon in the coming weeks with some special guests, some Thunder fans and some Scorchers fans. That'll be great to collaborate with them, and then we'll also be doing the final one just before the Big Bash season with the Sydney Sixers. So that'll be epic to jump on and chat about those guys as well. But no, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited too. Obviously, the Sixers we're gonna do as they are obviously same with the Scorchers, really like fantastic and well regarded, well respected. But they're also a pain in the ass because we want to strive to be like them and stuff like that. But we have to be mindful that the Sixers are more experienced than us. So we're just going to have to tread carefully and hopefully we can get the win over them as we'll have plenty of notes for the Sixers preview when we come around to it, which will be in a couple of days.
Yep, sure will. But anyway, guys, I think that'll do it for the Hurricanes preview. We hope you enjoyed our analysis of comparing the players and, just judging the lineups and seeing what we need to look out for and what we need to work on. But it's been great to touch up on some news that a lot of fans have been wanting to hear and share our thoughts. So thank you, Heath, for jumping on and hosting again. And I guess we'll see you guys on the next one.
And don't forget to follow our Instagram accounts. Don't forget to follow the podcast account as it's growing day by day. And also don't forget to like, subscribe on the YouTube channel, share with your friends, turn on the notification bell and everything. And we'll bring you more content. And we just like to say thank you to the fans for sticking with us and enjoying our videos. As without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without you guys. So just like to say thank you and everything.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. We've really been appreciating the support, and we hope to continue it even better in the BBL season and moving forward. So, signing off for now, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Definitely go Stars.
Go Stars.
What you doing?